Melonie Mac is a bigot. That's how we're going to start this video. She is a bigot and she's not very smart. So that's a really, really common combination when it comes to people that make videos like this one. I'm taking a break from my pledge this month to avoid people like her because I just want to laugh at stupidity. And if you say, but Eric, do you have proof that she's a bigot? Yes. She was banned from Twitter for 24 hours for using the F slur, and she did it more than once. And she does all of this hiding behind religion. It's a very special thing that people in her circle do. They virtue signal. That's what they do. They do it all the time. And they love to invalidate people because it makes them feel good about themselves. So let's go through this video while I wait for my food to get delivered, which is on its way. It should be here in just a few minutes. Let's see what she has to say.
The Troons are making everything about them again. And this time the target is Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
Specifically in her Across the Spider-Verse iteration.
All
They're
right.
saying that, in fact, Gwen is trans.
Okay.
I'm trying not to... How do you even say this without laughing? Because her colors on her suit is similar to the trans flag color palette or whatever. I guess the Troons, they own colors now. They own, what is it, white, blue, and purple?
I mean, you're the one that made an entire post about how you think gay people have owned rainbows and you're taking it back. You said you were taking it back. You're taking back the rainbow. Remember I made a video about it? Like literally making a fool of you. You've said that yourself, but I digress.
Okay. All right, let's just dive into this video. So I shared the tweet because delusional takes first.
Let's dive into the video. You're reading a tweet. What? Okay.
Shared it, and then I quote tweeted it, and I said, "This is retarded," because it is.
Oh, using the R slur. For somebody that's Christian, you really are just like an awful fucking person, right? And you love that. You cherish that about yourself.
So here we have the tweet in question, a screenshot of it. It says Gwen Stacy is trans.
Okay.
Her whole arc is trans allegory.
All right.
The colors are the trans flag. But most telling, and this is all caps, you guys. This is important. Write this down.
You literally have all caps word in your title. Gwen Stacy is not a transformer. I don't know if you can see it on the screen here. Yeah, you can see it. So clearly you think that that word's important. I mean, you tend to think things are funny because you're just not very smart. When in fact you just do the same stuff. The stuff you're laughing at.
White cop dad. You gotta just specifically point out that he's white.
Because of the fact that there are allegories to the racial issues in this movie, and being a white cop does play into that whole conversation. That's why it's brought up.
Her white cop dad wears the trans colors on his uniform. Is that what this is supposed to be? Because this don't look like trans colors to me. This looks like it's the traditional blue cop pants, blue cop.
Well, you didn't watch the movie anyway. I think you said it many times that you didn't watch the movie. So, I mean, you wouldn't know anyway, right?
With a white undershirt.
Screenshot or not.
There's some lighting in the room that is reflecting some sort of pinkish purple or whatever it is. Okay, no hecking cop is that much of an ally unless they have a trans family member.
That's probably because the person that's writing this has experience with that, and you don't. You don't have that because you have a privilege of never having to deal with that. So of course it's funny to you.
It's just chronically online. This is so much chronically online. Never touched grass, never experienced the real world, probably never.
That's your entire life, though. Your entire life is online. Your entire life is online, Melody.
Really
you do shit online for clout.
With all this, so
what's funny about that?
Have you ever seen a boy with a body like this?
Yeah, actually I have. because I know a lot of trans people. I mean, what do you want me to say? You're asking the question, I'm giving you the answer. Yes, I've seen men with bodies like that. I've seen women with bodies like that. It's not odd for people to have different shapes of bodies. I know that's really hard for you to understand, but it's just the way it is, right? All right, so here's the deal. My food arrived while I was recording this video, and I had a little time to think about what you're saying about how people are shaped. I just want to point out that this franchise in movies with Across the Spider-Verse and In the Spider-Verse had this character as well. Now, this is Kingpin, and I don't know about you, but I don't really know people shaped like this either. Like with their head like in the center of their chest and their shoulders way up here. Like I don't know anybody shaped like that. Plus, I know you haven't seen the movie because clearly you've said so many times that you're not going to see this film. But I will say that there are also dinosaurs in the movie. There's also cat spider people. There's, what else is in there? There's a horse that shoots webs. There's Peter Parker, which is literally a car person. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that just because someone is shaped a certain way in this particular universe doesn't make or not make them a certain thing, especially a gender.
Looks like a slim girl, like she's a teenager, right? Or I don't even know how old they are in this. I didn't even watch it. The reply here.
Yeah.
Just hit them with this since they want representation so badly.
Oh, it's so funny. So funny.
Oh my goodness, this was the most epic response.
Folks, this is a Christian. This is a Christian. She's a Christian. Here you go. But this is funny to her.
All right, we're going to play that game.
It's so funny to me to watch, like, excuse me if I'm eating here and talking, but I'm hungry. And she doesn't deserve anything else from me, right? I always find it odd when people who say that they are doing things for morals and ethics find humor in the most unethical and morally rotted things. Like, why is this funny to her? What's funny about a connection to Nazis? What's funny about that? I don't think there should be anything funny about that. But her, Christian, totally hilarious. Totally hilarious to her.
We're going to play that game. That's how it is. But dude, I mean, Gwen Stacy, this is a long established character. It's been around since the 60s. So you can't just retcon her.
Well, this isn't the one from the 60s. This is a completely different Gwen Stacy from a different universe, which is why it's called the Spider-Verse, because it's not the same Gwen. So this Gwen is from a universe where she is Spider-Woman, and that is her character. The Gwen Stacy from back in the day has no connection to this Gwen other than having the same name and the same hair color sometimes, I guess. But I digress. Let's go on.
Her into being trans. I know she got like that side shave haircut stuff going on right now, but that's just like the action heroine thing these days. There is nothing that looks trans about her. I mean,
except for the fact her hair color is the trans colors as well.
Come on. This is like her first appearance in 1965.
And
just absolute bombshell.
We have already proven, I'm going to pause this. We've already proven that you transvestigators can't figure out who's trans and who isn't. So good luck with that.
Very all woman. Like she
not the same Gwen.
Woman. All right. This is not.
You're looking really stupid right now. This isn't the same Gwen Stacy.
But anyway.
It's not the same one because you're not a true comic book fan. You should probably shut the fuck up. Maybe.
So yeah, this is why I haven't even watched the movie, okay? Because they got some gay stuff.
You haven't watched the movie because the fact that somebody online said that Gwen Stacy is trans? That's why you haven't watched the movie? That's not gay. Protect trans kids is not gay. See, this is another thing. Y'all are so stupid. Being trans does not make you gay. A trans person can be straight. A trans person could be gay, or they could be bi, they could be pan, because transgender is not a sexuality. So this is not a gay thing. It's has nothing to do unless the trans person is gay, but I'm assuming this is just a general statement. That's because y'all are so stupid you don't know any better.
The protect trans kids flag. This is where I drew the line, because it's like, I am not going to watch something that is promoting child mutilation. Not going to do that.
Right, but you'll be associated with churches where people pay for insurance to prevent themselves from getting in trouble for actual SA and CP. Like, you draw the line at a trans flag in a cartoon movie and call something like actual gender care child mutilation, but you're totally okay with the church being the largest contributor to SA in the world, maybe in history. You're okay with that, but this is where you draw the line. That's probably because you're a hypocrite.
And that was in Gwen's room. I think that's one reason why they want to say, oh, well, she has that flag. Trust me. Maybe. This is even more proof that she's a white woman, because right now it's all the liberal white women are on board with this child mutilation thing more than anybody.
Well, you know, it would really help, honestly. Hold on, let me take a sip of my soda here in my drink. I was very parched there. It would help if you would give some sources. Like, you're making a lot of accusations about stuff, definitive stuff, like, oh, it's all the liberal white women. Where's the information on that? Is that you just saying that? Because I've looked stuff like that up and I can't find it anywhere. However, if you look up SA and CP and type in the church, Catholic Church, Mormons, whatever, there's plenty of that out there. So if you want to research that, you can. You probably won't, because you just have no interest in actually reading the truth. But yeah, if you research that, that's actually out there. But the stuff you're saying, I don't think you can find that anywhere. Liberal white women are the ones pushing this? Okay.
Let's be real.
Here we go.
So she's definitely
real.
a
All right.
woman. So that was a thing. There's a BLM sticker on his bag, which I think is weird. Says his dad is a cop.
Being a cop has nothing to do with it. Like, why do you think that BLM and him having a cop as a father somehow doesn't work? There's a lot of cops who support BLM.
Her dad is a cop. It's like, okay. And then this, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1, Cyborg Spider-Woman.
Okay.
And this is a man frame. Okay, I don't know. Like I said,
I know you're very confused, but it's a cyborg, which means there's probably a lot of parts there that are not even human. I think you have trouble understanding things, like simple things, Melonie. It's a cyborg character. Was it need to have like super Z cup boobs or something?
Watch it. Don't know the entire backstory. I refuse to watch it because of this.
So you refuse to watch it, but you're very pressed about this. Somebody who hasn't watched the movie, doesn't know anything about the characters, doesn't understand the history of Gwen Stacy, doesn't understand the basics of any of this, but you took the time to make a 14-minute video about it.
Stuff. It's
checks out.
Doing well regardless.
Checks out.
But I don't care. I'm not watching it.
Nobody's asking you to.
So here's another tweet where the original tweet says, trans and even cis. Cis isn't. Stop trying to make cis a thing. Okay.
Nobody's making it a thing. It is a thing. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not doesn't matter. It is a thing. The only reason you don't like cis is because you don't like the idea that trans people are part of the human race. Like you want them to be considered less than. So the idea of cis means that you are equally sharing this world with trans people, because you folks are the ones who seem to have an issue with trans people calling themselves men and women. So you want them to add on that extra something to let you know, since you can equally know and not know, I guess, if they're trans or not. So you want them to be trans. If you would just stop being so hung up on the trans tag, the cis thing wouldn't be super important. But however, that would not allow you to be bigoted and allow you to continue to be oppressive towards people. So that's why you don't like cis. You're going to say something now probably about religion or something. I don't know. You're probably going to go off and talk about like cis this, cis that. You've done it in another video before, but let's hear it.
Okay. We are the norm. We are the blueprint. You can't make some like prefix for us, okay?
Actually, you can. That's how language works. You make words. I mean, Language didn't just come out of nowhere. You have to make words.
We're the norm. Fans have every right to say Gwen Stacy is trans, even if the movies never outright confirm it.
They do.
You can't deny that it's been hinted at. The fact is, if she can make somebody feel represented, who are you to tell them they're wrong?
Right. Based. It's based.
Okay.
It's not stupid. It's based. Why are you so pressed by it? Why do you care? You're not even watching the movie. You don't give a fuck about Gwen Stacy. You only care because you hate trans people.
So then this reply here says, it quotes it, Gwen is trans and you're not allowed to, or just kind of being sarcastic here. Gwen is trans and you're not allowed to say she's not, but also it's just a headcanon, guys.
Right.
But also she is absolutely trans. And if you disagree, just don't say so. But you don't have to believe it. It's just headcanon. But she is trans and you're a Nazi if you disagree.
I mean, that's typical Twitter shit. Like, that's just people say shit on Twitter. But they're right. It is headcanon, which is why it's so ridiculous that you're upset about it. Because it's not even been addressed in the movie. It's a coding thing. It's a headcanon thing. I don't know why you're so pressed about this and why you went through the trouble of tracking down tweets just to make a dumbass video.
There's that one. Here's some more tweets. It's a headcanon that doesn't hurt anybody. So why go out of your way to argue with somebody about it?
Yeah.
Because it's delusion. Just like...
Okay, so it's delusion. All right, what difference does that make? You're not watching the movie. You don't really know anything about the character. You don't seem to give a damn about any of this. Do you just walk around and call out stuff? Santa Claus isn't real. The Easter Bunny's not real. The Tooth Fairy doesn't put money under your pillow. Is that what you do? Or is it specifically about trans people and queer people? Is that the only time it matters to you? Because that's what it's giving, Melonie. That's what it's giving.
I'm not going to go too hard. I'm going to get banned. It's a delusion.
Well,
this is just
we could only wish. We could only wish.
Yeah. Even if you don't think she is, just keep it to yourself. I'd be remiss if I said the transvestigation style tweets from both sides have been making me uncomfortable. Examining her body and whatnot. Well, what do you think's gonna happen, bro?
Well, it shouldn't though, because you're weird. It's weird you're examining the body of a cartoon character. An underage cartoon character. That's fucking weird.
But like... there's no need to take it that far. It shouldn't be a huge debate. This is very much representative of how this whole transgender movement has taken over in society, in the fact that,
tell us about it.
Oh, it's not real. Of course, someone can't be born a male and then become a female. That's not real.
That's not the argument they're having. That's a complete, pretty much a straw man argument. Nobody's having that argument. They're saying the gender can be changed. You're talking about male and female reproductive organs. That's not the argument that they're having. That's an argument that you've made in your mind because you're too stupid to understand the difference between gender, sex, and sexuality. You really have no concept. I don't know how you missed it, but somehow you did. They're saying that regardless of what sex you are born, your gender can be created by you. Then I can do that because gender is a construct. It is created. It's completely made up, meaning that we can do whatever we want with it. And to prove that, my light went out over here. To prove that, as a cisgender man, I can also wear a dress and still be a cisgender man. Putting on that dress doesn't mean that I have to identify as a woman unless I choose to. That's the beauty of it. I can stand next to a drag queen and we can stand next to a trans woman and all three of us be wearing dresses and be all different types of people. I can be a cisgender man who just wants to wear a dress. A drag queen can be an entertainer that wants to perform in drag art. And a trans person is someone who is a trans woman. Meaning that that is their life. That is who they are. Three different things that proves that gender is a construct. I don't know why it's so hard for you folks to understand this, but You just cannot get it through your head.
Pretend and play dress up, or vice versa in this case as well. They can pretend and play dress up and pump as much artificial hormones in their bodies if they want, but it doesn't change the fact that that's a dude in a dress.
You are so utterly uninformed. Trans people don't require any of that to happen for them to be trans. A trans person can be a trans person whether they have any sort of medical intervention, have any sort of sexual corrective surgeries, or have none of them. They're still trans. There are trans people that just choose not to have those things. There are trans people that just decide that they don't want to go through all of those steps. They are very comfortable in whatever body they were born in, but they still identify as a different gender. And there's some people who have body dysphoria who are also trans that need extra things in order for their mental health. It is a real thing. But again, you people, and when I say you people, I mean the people like yourself who deny trans people dignity and respect and just are such an awful fucking person, you don't even understand nuance. So you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it because you just don't fucking understand it. We keep trying to tell you, but your bigotry won't let you listen.
Or a woman with facial hair because of testosterone and so on and so forth.
All women have facial hair. Some have more than others. I actually know women, cisgender women, who have a lot of facial hair. And they need gender affirming care to help with that. Because gender is a construct. Because they were born in a body that gives them more facial hair than other women. So they have to have gender affirming care, whether that be shaving, electrolysis, some sort of estrogen supplements to prevent that from happening. Yes, that's true. It's real. Everything I'm saying here, you can look it up and research it yourself. Unlike her, when I talk about stuff, it's going to check out because I'm not talking out of my ass.
But it doesn't change biology. You cannot change biology. All right, so let's continue this. I'm not
straw man. Nobody's arguing that.
You have to believe she's trans. Like I said, it's headcanon, but just like let people have this. The arguments I've seen have been so malicious. This is how things start too. That's how we've seen a lot of gatekeeping, or like people have lowered the gatekeeping with like the gaming.
Who's gatekeeping? This person, he, she, they, whoever it is arguing that it's headcanon. That as a fan, they can believe whatever they want. They just don't want people attacking them for it. Right? That seems reasonable. But you're the one who is suggesting that because Gwen Stacy in the early days, who identified as a woman openly in the comic books, that somehow the fans are not allowed to have their own ideas and theories about modern Gwen Stacy. Which one of those is gatekeeping? You're so dense.
In community and stuff, for example, because it's just like, oh, just let us have fun. Just let us have fun. You let more people in and then they take over. So this is how
they take over. I hate this Minority Report bullshit. What proof do you have of that? What proof do you have of that? Who is taking over? Like, you are a Christian. Christianity controls so much of this fucking country. Literally, they're trying to write laws around it now. But somehow trans people or people that want to believe a cartoon character is trans are taking over. Trans panic bullshit.
Of like, oh, just let us have this. You know, you don't have to believe it, but let us have this. And then before you know it, it's going to be like, oh, Gwen Stacy has to be canon trans or else. Like, it gets way out of control. So here we have, looking back on it, I don't love the way it can be so powerful when you see yourself in a character. So to the end of the thread, nobody's reading. I love the trans Gwen headcanon. Basically, they just want their delusions validated. And the reason why they want their delusions validated is because they know it's not freaking true. Okay.
No, you're trying to invalidate what they want. You see how that works? They posted that because they decided, hey, this is a fan thing. We all really love this in this community that I'm in. And people are coming in and basically treating us like shit over it. Trying to invalidate what they believe. Even though what they believe is complete fan fiction. You really are like as dumb as a stick of butter.
I'm just going to be honest. I don't like just tiptoeing around things. I don't care who doesn't like me. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be real, and I don't like this fake reality
real stupid
of everything. But this is why there was such a massive push and obsession with representation among the alphabet mafia, because they are insecure. Because
let's see. Who's making a 14-minute video about a fan theory on a character in a movie that you have admitted you didn't watch, about a character you don't even understand, about a franchise that you're not even giving a shit about? Which one says insecurity? The person that hunted down tweets to make a whole video to remind people that you are a biological woman and that a fan fiction about Gwen Stacy, a cartoon character, being trans? Which one of those is insecure? I'm trying to figure it out, because one of those from the outside sounds like major insecurity. And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not the people posting on Twitter.
In this kind of situation, any of the troons here, they know it's not real. They know you can't, there's no amount of dresses you can put on, there's no amount of makeup you can put on a dude that's going to make him a woman. It will not happen. And
So if it's not going to happen, why do you care? I mean, if you're admitting that there's nothing they can do to make a dude a woman, then fighting against it is pointless if it's never going to happen. Do you understand how fucking stupid that sounds? And then also you're arguing that there's so much power in what trans people are doing, but at the same time you're saying it's impossible, they can never do this. Which one is it? Which fear-mongering trans panic argument are you having? Which one? Pick one, Melonie, because you've made like 3 of them in this video, and none of them make any sense.
They need external validation so bad because they know the truth. It's the same thing when I make my tweets about my faith and being a Christian.
There we go.
So if the Bible says something is wrong, I'm going to believe in the Bible.
So when you do that, are you looking for validation? Are you doing that looking for validation? Because otherwise, why are you doing it? If you are tweeting out stuff about your religion to quote unquote spread the word, then clearly you're looking for some sort of validation. You cannot be this stupid. There's no way someone with as big a following as you have is this fucking stupid.
That my faith is my most important element of my life. So that's how it is. But they get mad at me for my beliefs. They need my validation. Well, why do you need it?
They don't. You just don't have to insert anything. See, that's the difference. You don't have to say anything. You're not involved in this at all. This has literally nothing to do with you. You didn't watch, let's go over this again. You're not watching the movie. You don't know anything about Gwen Stacy. Clearly you're not reading these comic books, and you're not part of the trans community. This has nothing to do with you. So you could just not say anything, considering it doesn't affect you at all. That's why people have an issue with you, not because you're Christian, because you're looking to be a martyr so badly that you need to let people know that, even when they didn't ask. These people did not ask for your fucking opinion. I am someone in the queer community. You have said so much shit about my community, and now you're talking about trans people who are also part of my community. We're just tired of it. We're tired of you coming into our community and trying to push Christianity. Unlike you, we are totally fine with enjoying the stuff that we love. But you have already said you don't even want to watch this movie. Yet here you are making a fucking video about it. It screams validation to me.
Why do you need my validation? Why do you care about a person? If they don't believe in it, if they don't believe in the Bible, they don't believe in this, then why are they so mad that I believe in it?
We're not.
I don't know. Sounds...
People don't care that you believe in the Bible. They care that you're taking your beliefs and trying to come into debates and discussions that have nothing to do with you. You're inserting yourself into this. And getting upset for no... Why are you so bothered by this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It would be different if it was something involving your church or something involving a game that you're playing or a movie that you've watched or a TV show that you watched, but you literally have no dog in this fight at all. You just want to like go in and chastise people, pull people's tweets up and try and embarrass them because you don't like their fan fiction. That's fucking pathetic.
Like, sounds like they know a little bit of the truth there and they're mad at it. I don't know. All right, so
So if people argue against what you're saying, then they know the truth. Let's think about that for a second. Does that mean if you're arguing against trans people, you know the truth? That you know that trans people are valid and they deserve to be loved and respected, but you refuse to do it because you're arguing with them? Because that's the argument you just made about your Christianity. Ugh. It's like a bag of rocks.
Another tweet that says, "Cry about it, you snowflake. Cops suck. Trans lives matter. And you're missing out on the best movie ever."
It is a great movie.
And so then this quote tweet says, "I hate recency bias so much," which I so much agree with this. "These baboons won't even remember this film in a month, but it is current thing to praise it. So by golly, they're all in on going to bat for this movie."
The movie came out, the beginning of June? We're almost at the end of June and people are still talking about it. It's still very popular. The theater that I go to, still selling tickets. It's almost at 500 million. Matter of fact, by the time this video comes out, it might be over 500 million. But sure, no one's going to be talking about it in a month.
I relate so hard. The current thing, the recency bias across everything is one of my biggest pet peeves. You see this a lot with...
Interesting.
When I talk about Tomb Raider all the time, there are so many people who will just be like, "Oh, but the current thing's the best thing." The current, not to say that people can't genuinely like the new stuff better than the old stuff.
Okay.
It's just like, sometimes you can tell it's just because it's the current thing.
Interesting. So you can always tell. These folks that make these kinds of videos love to just get on their microphone and say stuff that just is completely batshit. Like straight up. Just completely batshit. Again, everything that I'm saying in this video, if you go and you research it, you will find that everything I say checks out. She says stuff that you will not find this shit anywhere. You will not find it anywhere. It's all about feelings and we can always tell and people know the truth. That's unarguable bullshit. It's unarguable. Like it's literally nothing. It's nothing.
And it's like, oh my gosh, you see this with all across the board, right? Look at Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Three Houses, just legendary masterpiece. Then Fire Emblem Engage comes out, and it's fun. It's good. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me.
How do we get on Fire Emblem?
It doesn't even hold a candle to how epic and incredible Three Houses was. No. But when the game first dropped, and I started streaming it, people were watching it, and I'm just like giving my honest feedback about it, like, you know what, this is fun and all, but it's just not nearly as good as Three Houses. No, it's better. I like it better.
I'm not going to edit this out. I'm going to leave this in because, like, what the fuck? A 1 minute rant about video games?
Maybe I just have different tastes from a lot of people, but I can't help but think you like it better because it's the current thing.
What the fuck?
This happens all the time. So I'm sick of that as well. But
can we get back on topic, please?
Where we're at with things. It's just make it stop. Make it stop with all this insanity. Let's just get back to reality, please.
So you say that because that is your idea of reality. So you're totally discrediting everyone else that has been living in your reality for a long time. And now they're making their own reality, which they're allowed to do. And you don't like that. You don't like it because you need, say it with me, validation. That is right, everyone. Melonie also needs this validation that she loves to insist other people need because this is the world she lives in, making videos about stuff she's not even watching, about characters she doesn't even know about things she doesn't even care about.
Stop obsessing about all this representation.
Stop obsessing? Melonie, you make video after video about it. You make video after video after video about representation and stuff. You have the nerve to tell them to stop obsessing about something they love while you do nothing but talk about all this shit that you hate? Give me a break.
And because you
Fucking
need validation.
stupid.
Live your life however you want. I don't give a crap.
But you do. Because you're arguing about it right now.
You don't need my approval of it.
Exactly.
All kinds of people, whether they're in the alphabet mafia or not, are living lifestyles that I wouldn't, and that I don't think is right because of my faith. But that's none of my business at the end of the day.
So why the fuck did you make this video? Why the fuck? It took you 13 minutes of a 14-minute video to get to the point where you're like, I don't give a damn. You don't have to listen to me. Live your life however you want. After you spent the entire video arguing the exact opposite thing. You literally just said you want to get back to reality, and then 30 seconds later, live your life however you want. The fuck is this flip-flop pancake bullshit?
They do, but if they want my actual opinion on it, I'll be honest about it.
They didn't ask your opinion on this. None of them asked your opinion on this. None of these people said, hey, Melonie Mac, you extreme Christian person on YouTube, can you please come over here and tell me what you think about my headcanon on Gwen Stacy?
But I can disagree with plenty of things. But yeah, I don't know, dude, this is just it. It's insane. It's just gotten stupid. So I hate how much this has all infected the nerd communities. And this is why when you look at video games and stuff like that, that's why I like playing retro games, because the new stuff is catered toward people like this. Like,
ooh, people like this. Melonie, it sounds to me like you do actually care how people live their lives. That you do give a shit about how people live their lives. Matter of fact, like I said earlier, because we're not going to watch any more of this bullshit. I think we've gotten our fill of Melonie Mac Go Bigot. She got banned on Twitter for 24 hours, last time I checked, for using the F slur and thinking it was funny. She made a video laughing that a church burned down. This, everyone, is what she would call a modern Christian in 2023. Someone that mocks other people, that makes videos filled with hateful thoughts and opinions, that thinks that Nazism is funny, that thinks that burning churches are funny, that doesn't even understand the basic differences between gender, sex, and sexuality, who in one breath will tell you that she doesn't care how you live your life, but in the next breath will tell you that things have gotten crazy and that we need to get back to reality because it's all a delusion. She is doing nothing but grifting her audience with content that she thinks is going to get her views, because she doesn't care about how many people she hurts in the process. She doesn't care about the marginalized group that she's talking about. She doesn't even really care, I think, about being a Christian, because you never know half the time if you're going to get Melonie who's talking about loving other people, or Melonie who's talking about how awful other people are and how everything goes against her religion. Last thing I'm going to say before I wrap this video up, because I thought it would be fun to sort of dunk on someone who is so easily dunkable. It's all a bunch of bullshit. All they do is bullshit all day, every day, to turn a coin, to get some ad revenue, to get some tips from hating on people. That is all it is for them. They do not care about anyone. Bye.